Yes, welcome back to the channel. Monica Louv here at the Love Messages. So today we are going to be doing your reading. In this reading, I'm going to be taking a look at past, present, and future. I'm going to clarify the cards and pull some advice. If you're interested in any of the services that I offer, links for that will be in the description box below. Okay, so your challenge is the Sun, and what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, you have the Four of Wands upright, okay? So your biggest challenge here is the Sun, remaining positive, being happy, recognizing that there is potential here. Just being optimistic really is gonna be a big part of your challenge, especially if you've been, down and out or feeling melancholy. We're gonna clarify the Sun. We're gonna see why it's your challenge in a moment. Now, in the recent past, you have the Four of Wands, you have the Justice, and you have the Wheel of Fortune. So in the recent past, I do feel that you were hit with some amazing luck here in the past, Aquarius. Something here that was very karmic happened to you in the past, and I feel it was very positive, okay? Maybe many of you felt that, certain things weren't working in your favor, and it seems that some of you were really deeply hurt here in the past. Somebody hurt you on a very deep level. It really made you question, your faith in humanity, your faith in society here in the past, and because you were so hurt by the situation, a lot of you spent time on your own to heal and recover from this. I do feel that there was karma here that took place here in the past, and you benefited from this. So many of you received justice for something here that was very difficult that you had to go through here in the past. And as a result of that, that maybe helped you heal and move on from some sort of trauma here in the past, okay? We're gonna find out more when we clarify in a moment. In the present moment, you have the Star, the Three of Wands, and the Two of Pentacles. You've been questioning whether or not you should take a trip, you should move, you should take a leap of faith connected to your future here. I do feel that there's something here that you're working on in the present moment that is very much connected to your goals and your vision for the future. But many of you right now are weighing your options and trying to determine whether or not this is something that you want to follow through with. And we'll talk more about that when we clarify. In the near future, you have the Knight of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, and you have the Moon. In the near future, there is a little bit of uncertainty connected to your future with the Star here. I do see you moving forward in the near future, but you're moving forward very slowly. Now, one of the things that I do see you working on is a new business, maybe how to become financially free. Some of you are disconnecting from a dead-end job, something here that just doesn't align with you anymore, doesn't resonate with you anymore. So although you're starting something new, you're taking something new up here, you're not quite sure how it's going to pan out for you. And that's maybe why you're moving towards it in a slower rather than fast pace, okay? And we're going to see how this aligns in your reading when we clarify. What you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, you have the Six of Wands and the Four of Wands. What you're moving towards in the near future in terms of what you don't see coming is stability, success. This is what you're moving towards. And this is why your challenge has a lot to do with the Sun, because although you may be in a situation where you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, that is changing for you drastically. It is changing for you, especially with the changes that are taking place, in the sky at this time, especially, in your chart, especially if you have, if you have a Scorpio moon or a rising Scorpio, or if you have Pisces anywhere in your chart, you probably do, because if you're Aquarius, you probably have Pisces somewhere in your chart. So this is really going to benefit you. These changes that have happened, especially with Jupiter moving into Cancer, this is definitely going to really help the water sign. So if you do have planets in the water signs in your chart, then this is going to help you. And I feel this has a lot to do with your abundance. Okay. So with that being said, let's hop right into your reading and let's do some clarification. Okay, let's clarify the Sun. Okay, so the Sun is clarified. your challenge, the sun, is clarified by the Two of Wands, the Three of Cups, and the Six of Swords. You've been on and off with someone for quite some time. There's been a lot of this getting back together and then, you know, breaking up and then getting back together, breaking up. And a lot of you right now, you are questioning whether or not this is something that you should just completely give a second chance to, or, you know, if you should completely disconnect from it. Now, of course, this decision is going to be up to you. You are at a crossroads in your life where you know that a change needs to be made. You feel that a change needs to be made. And regardless of what you choose, whether you choose to reconcile with this person, get back together with them, or you choose to completely disconnect from them, it's very important that you remain optimistic, because whatever you choose, whatever you decide, know and understand that it's going to be the best choice for you based on how you feel about it. There's something here about inconsistencies. And one of the things that I mentioned to Libra, if you are a rising Libra or you have Libra somewhere strong in your chart, one of the things that's going to be really important to keep in mind for you is when you are making an important decision, you're making a decision based on what is suitable for you at that time. And some of you are feeling, not necessarily feeling bad, but maybe you might feel worried about making the wrong decision. And that's going to be a big part of your challenge, right? Your big part of your challenge here is, regardless of what you choose, I believe that the outcome is going to be what is actually meant for you to do. Okay. So if you choose to reconcile with this person, maybe that's what is for your highest good. If you choose to completely disconnect from this person, that may be also what's the best for your highest good. But I don't want you to feel that when you make a decision, you're afraid to make the wrong decision and you're afraid of, living or being in regret. And this is what your challenge is about. Your challenge is about remaining optimistic regardless of what you choose. There's no right or wrong answer in life. Everything that happens to you needs to happen to you so that you can learn from it and grow from it. And that's the message here in terms of your challenge. Okay. So let's talk about the recent past. Let's clarify all the cards. Let's clarify all the cards. Okay, so in the recent past, you have the Justice. And the Justice is clarified by the Eight of Wands, the Page of Wands, and the Five of Wands. So in the recent past, I do feel there was a conflict here. There was a disagreement about you moving into a new direction. You may have made it very clear here in the past that you were moving or choosing to move into a new direction. Many of you chose to move into a new direction in the past because you felt that was the right thing to do. Okay, and you may have started making plans to move into a new direction. You may have voiced this opinion here in the past. You also have the Four of Wands, and the Four of Wands is clarified by the the Four of Swords is clarified by the Four of Swords. So there was a lot of healing, resting, recuperating your energy here in the past. You also had the Devil and the High Priestess. So intuitively, you knew something wasn't for you here in the past. It was very obvious that something here was toxic. It was unhealthy for you. And some of you were dealing with somebody who was very hard to deal with here in the past. And you had no other choice but to choose to move into a new direction, even though it caused a lot of tension for you here in the past. I do feel that you were very lucky in the past. Recently in the month of May, you may have been very, very lucky here. And you've been thinking, or you were thinking here in the past, a lot about this opportunity. There could have been an opportunity that showed up in your life. Many of you, this opportunity showed up for one of two reasons. The first reason is because you went through something that was very karmic and you may have been treated unfairly. And as a result of that, you were gifted some sort of compensation for what you went through. Okay, that's what some of you went through. Others of you, an opportunity fell at your feet here because you chose to move into a new direction. And as a result of that, you changed your destiny and you changed the trajectory of your life. Okay. So this is what I feel happened for you in the past. Now let's talk about the present moment. And by the way, the Ten of Swords, there was a major ending here in the past that really forced you to make changes in your life. Okay. That could be the case as well too. So let's clarify all the cards in the present moment. What is it that you need to hear? Okay, so in the present moment, you have Ten of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So something that's been very difficult for you is finally coming to an end. Your focus right now is on healing, okay? Especially if you went through a lot in the past. I see that you went through a lot here in the past. It was very traumatic, whatever it is that you went through. Your goals right now in the present moment have a lot to do with the future, and you don't know what's going to happen between you and this person. Some of you are dealing with a Pisces here, maybe a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. I just saw 10-10. So some of you are dealing with somebody, or you're thinking about this, you're thinking about whether or not you see somebody here in your future. So you're either dating somebody now, or you're on and off with somebody right now, and you're trying to determine, is this the person that I'm going to spend my future with? How do they feel about me? What's really going on between me and this person? A lot of you are in the dark about this person in terms of what is happening and whether or not they fit into your future at this time. You have the 3 of Wands. That is clarified by the Ace of Wands, the 7 of Wands, and the 9 of Cups. So in the present moment, I do feel for many of you, there's definitely an energy here of moving into a new direction. Many of you have expectations of what you want for your life, and perhaps right now in the present moment, you're not quite getting what it is that you feel you deserve or what it is that you want. And as a result of that, it may require you to step outside of your comfort zone. And that may be the reason why the 6 of Wands is here, the 6 of Swords is here as your challenge, because some of you are feeling this drive, this feeling inside of you to move into a new direction. So if that's you and that resonates with you, many of you are going to choose to move into a new direction, maybe go on a trip, move to another country. Maybe you are taking a retreat. You're doing something outside of your comfort zone because you feel that by doing that, it's going to change the trajectory of your life. Okay, so that's one message for you. The final message in the present moment, Aquarius, the 2 of Pentacles. You're weighing your options about something. You have the Knight of Cups, the 4 of Wands, and the 5 of Swords. There's been a lot of competition in regards to a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I'm getting a Taurus, a Leo, or a Gemini here. There's been a lot of this competition and uncertainty connected to this person. Some of you feel this person's juggling you, or they're uncertain about you. And as a result of that, because they've been very inconsistent with you, this is another reason why your challenge has a lot to do with, you know, breaking up, getting back together, breaking up, getting back together. So this could also be another message here that you may need to make an important decision about somebody here who's been inconsistent in your life, and really determine if this is somebody you see yourself being with in the future, because many of you don't see yourself with this person in the near future. Okay. And you're questioning it, right? You're trying to remain optimistic. This is what your challenge is, the Sun. You're trying to remain optimistic, but you're not quite sure about the situation in general. Okay. So that's what I'm seeing in the present moment. An important decision may need to be made about a specific person that's been inconsistent with you. All right. Now let's talk about the near future. Let's clarify all the cards. Let's clarify all the cards. Okay, so in the near future, you have the Knight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles is clarified by the Sun. You have the Emperor, and you have the Chariot. So in the near future, something here is coming to an end. What is coming to an end is delay. So if somebody's been delaying you, if you feel delayed, if you feel things aren't moving forward, you're eventually choosing to move forward, Aquarius, because you believe that by moving forward, you're going to find more stability. Especially if you're in a situation where there's been a lot of inconsistencies, just keep in mind that you are a fixed sign. And when something here is inconsistent, it affects you on more than one level. It doesn't just affect you, you know, on your day-to-day life or in your day-to-day life. It affects you in other areas as well too. And that's the reason why many of you are choosing to move on from something here in the near future. You're closing something out that's been taking very long for you, and you're moving towards something a lot more stable. You also have the 9 of Pentacles. So a lot of this independent energy, a lot of self-focus here in the near future. You have the 3 of Swords, the Temperance, and the 6 of Cups. Somebody here in the past hurt you so much that you're not quite over it here in the near future. I just saw 1414 on the clock, so check out what 1414 means. There could be an important message there for you. In the near future, you're still carrying around this sadness, this baggage, this uncertainty, this, you know, the sadness here in the near future. And your message here in the near future is it will take you some time to forgive somebody here from the past. But I think one of the ways I see you transmuting this energy, this sadness, this pain that you experienced is by pouring into something that you really love doing. And I've seen this so many times where people have been hurt really deeply on a very deep level, where somebody didn't appreciate them, or somebody didn't, keep up their promise, or somebody, whatever the case is that whatever it is that you went through. In the near future, you transmute this energy, and you transmute it in a way where you start to learn how to be more independent. You start to elevate your finances. You start to become more financially independent, leading to, financial freedom. So there's a lot of this standing on your own 2 feet, not feeling that you need to cling to somebody else to feel fulfilled within yourself. So this is what a lot of you are doing, and you're transmuting that pain into prosperity here in the near future. You're still unclear about something. Something is not quite clear for you. There's still some hidden information here that you're trying to reveal. Some of you are having issues figuring out what you can do to be successful in your career, how you can make more money, how you can be successful. And one of the things that I see here for you, you don't need to know how it's going to happen. It will happen if you truly want it. And this is what the sun is talking about. It's saying, the right opportunities, the right things are going to show up for you at the right time. So you need to remain positive, because sometimes we don't know what the how is. Sometimes we don't know how we're going to make it, or how we're going to get there, or how we're going to be this, or how we're going to be that. But understand and know that when something in your life comes to an end, and it will, because there is something ending here in the near future and you're moving on from it, that's going to be half the battle. Okay. So carrying around baggage, trauma, pain, choosing to maybe lower your standards or wait for somebody who makes infinite amounts of promises, but they don't follow through, you may have to find enough respect for yourself to walk away or disconnect from the situation. And when you do, that's half the battle, which means you're going to have more clarity. You're going to have more understanding of where you need to be and where your energy is going. Because right now I feel there's something coming to an end for you. Okay. If it hasn't already, there's something closing out. And this is what's going to make space and time and room for you to find that success. Okay. Some of you are spending time alone at home or in your room, and you're just kind of recalibrating yourself after something major that really affected you here in the past. Okay. So let's get some advice for you. What is the advice, Aquarius? Okay, so the advice for you is the 8 of Cups, the 3 of Swords, and the 7 of Wands. Your biggest piece of advice here is to learn from a situation in your life that caused you a lot of pain. Something here hurt you so deeply. Many of you haven't completely gotten over it. It's been a process for you, and that's fine. When something negative happens, sometimes it takes time, and that's okay. You can't expect things to just magically be cured and fixed right away. Your biggest piece of advice is find ways to release this pain emotionally in a positive way. And moving forward, the biggest piece of advice here is to set boundaries and standards for yourself, high standards, okay? And don't be afraid that nobody is ever going to reach them. All in all, this is a major lesson, okay? Your advice here is to recognize the lesson that this pain caused. This pain happened, and there was a lesson that followed it. And some of you feel that you're never going to get over this pain that happened. You're never going to get over it. But the truth is, you want to know something? You will get over it. But it will require you to take the necessary steps to forgive, to heal, to rest, to learn from this. Don't forget about it. Forgive, but don't forget. And moving forward, make sure you are setting and creating very high standards for yourself and sticking to them, okay? So Aquarius, this is what I have for you. I hope this reading helped. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.